17 newsmakers this morning. We're talking with Sheriff Donnie Youngblood. This weekend, a story that struck terror into the hearts of parents across Kern. An 11-year-old abducted from her home by a man law enforcement says she met online. Sheriff, thank you so much for coming in this morning. We appreciate it. All right, so this is a case that fortunately had a happy ending. The suspect, 29-year-old Joshua Michael Steele from Thornton, Colorado, was arrested, and this girl was found safe. We know that that is not always the case. Can you walk us through the timeline of when KCSO got the report that this girl went missing and how detectives were able to track this pair down?
Yeah, it started at about 5:30 in the morning. We got the call. She had been missing since 2. And normally these cases, the parents understand that 11-year-olds will sneak out. They'll go to be with friends. And they searched and couldn't find her, so they called us. We then do the same thing. For about 3 or 4 hours, and then we can't locate any trace of her. We then call out search and rescue detectives. They start going door to door, doing a neighborhood search, doing an online search. Detectives go in and do an online search, and during that process, they found that she had an acquaintance, a 30-year-old male. And so we worked on who he was, where he was from, what he drives, etc. And we were able to pull up cameras that put him leaving the trailer park at 3:30 in the morning. So we knew that she was with him. We then started doing a data search on tracking certain items, and I won't go into because we don't want to tell everybody how we do things. But we had him tracked leaving California into Utah, and we notified Utah authorities. And within 30 minutes of notifying them, they had him stopped.
I mean, best case scenario here.
Well, it is. She's been through something that I won't go into. This isn't over with probably for her. 11-year-olds don't know, they don't have the life experience to know that there's people out there that will hurt them. And so they're trusting. And these pedophiles prey on that. And, there's parents need to understand just looking at what they're doing online isn't enough. You have to have a relationship with your child or somebody else is going to. And that relationship requires you to sit down with them, show me what you do, show me the games that you're playing, because games are a mechanism that they use to play games. Then they can go into a private chat room. Have your child show you these things, and most importantly, have them reward them when they tell you something's up. Because that's extremely important. Dr. Corey Gonzalez put it really well. Build that relationship with your child. They're your best source of information.
Yeah, absolutely. Did the parents in this case have any suspicions that she'd been talking to somebody online?
Well, I don't know what the parents knew or did not know. We're not being judgmental of the parents. Right. This is something you and I have talked about over and over and over on this show. People have to pay attention to their children, build a relationship, or somebody else is going to.
How does your department go about stopping crimes like this before they happen?
Well, as you know, we have a team of detectives. The DA does, the Bakersfield Police Department does, where we do online stings, and invariably they drive from across the country. We've been told by them that they thought it was a sting, but they couldn't help themselves. They believed that it may not be, and that desire is so strong to have sex with a child that they show up anyway. So this is really dangerous territory for children, because some of these, if you remember the Bakersfield Police Department case, she didn't come home. Right. She was murdered. You have to think about what this guy was going to do after he has sex with her and realizes, I can't live with her as a spouse. She's 11 years old. What do I do with her? And that's what leads to their disappearance and death.
I'm sure your department, and I know personally, I'm hoping as well, that this does strike fear into the hearts of parents and causes them to take action and realize the dangers on a screen. I mean, the hours that our youth, not to mention our adults, are spending on screens, the access that predators have to them behind that screen is, it's terrifying.
Our children and our grandchildren know how to do this stuff more than we do. They have to teach us what they're doing online. Have them show you what they're doing. Have them show you the games they're playing, how to get online. And if you need advice or experts, get somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yesterday, we had a digital expert say, if they're 13 and they have social media, take it away.
Yeah.
And we had a report this morning saying 40% of 8 to 12-year-olds are using social media despite these age limits. So they're using them. They're figuring out how to use them. If that means you have to take devices away or, whatever a parent needs to do to protect their child.
Taking it away is very difficult. It's like taking it away from us. We can't live without it now, and they're the same way. You have to go back when they're a little bit younger and don't start down that path in the first place.
Okay.
They shouldn't be allowed in schools, in the classroom. There are just a lot of things that I think we can do as a society.
Truly terrifying case. Sheriff Donnie Youngblood, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back.